All right, thanks, Brandon. Obviously, extremely happy for our guys, our team. This was the definition of a team win. Um, we've had to grow and experience some growing pains as we've come through November and December. But really proud of the effort tonight. Just kept battling and kept finding a way. Obviously, got a lot of contributions from a lot of different places to come in and play in a tough place to play against a really good team. And like I said, just proud of our guys. So it's one step in the right direction. So now we got to continue to get better and move forward. But like I said, a gritty group I've got. Questions?
Did you change anything defensively, say 5 minutes on down to the end, where it looked like Caleb Wesson was not getting shots that he was getting earlier in the half?
Not really. No, maybe we did a better job on the ball, putting some ball pressure on, making it harder for them to find them. A little more active with our feet in the paint, trying to stunt with help in different places. But no, we just did a little better job than what we had done before.
Your three-pointer, your go-ahead three-pointer from Brevin, I assume that's a set play, exactly what you wanted?
Mm-hmm.
When you were preparing to go against Caleb, how much were you preparing for him to do his work in the paint like he did tonight as opposed to at the three-point line?
Well, he's made himself into a really complete player. I mean, he's changed his body a lot, and you can tell that just by his endurance and stamina. He's added the three-point shot, and he's a tough cover. He's one of the better big men in the country. But like I said, it was going to take a group effort. Obviously, Nate, Micah, just trying to keep each one of them fresh as much as I could. So, like I said, Caleb's a heck of a player, and Chris has got a really, really good team.
Greg, what did you think of the late game execution? Because all your wins to this point have been, blowouts, right?
Right.
And late game execution hasn't really been a strength of this team. What did you think today?
Well, we haven't been in any late games, Jim. We haven't been in any tight games. We've either won by a lot or been chasing 3 possessions down late. So they did, Tyler Wall was huge. That game-winning offensive rebound was a big play. We made free throws down the stretch. We were able to get a stop or two, even though Washington hit the 3 after Pritzl hit the 3 out of the timeout. So, like I said, you just got to continue to find a way. And so we miss a shot, and then Tyler comes up with the rebound. We get 2 free throws out of it. So maybe it doesn't always go as you script it. But like I said, the thing about this group is they've gone through the last 2 months. They've had to figure out how to mature and grow. And I haven't been the easiest guy to put up with for them, but they've responded.
Greg, you started both halves slowly offensively. The offense wasn't efficient for long stretches. Did your defense keep you within striking distance to allow you to come back at the end?
Yeah, I thought, the first half we were too skittish. We came out a little too ramped up. I don't know if it was ramped up or just, that's been, something this team takes a little while to settle in. I thought once we settled in, we were all right. Thought we got a big boost, from Tyler and then Trevor Anderson at the end of the first half. Gave us a spark. We were able to get the lead and go into the locker room. And then knowing they were 1 for 10 from 3, and they had shot the 3 really well, that there was going to be some type of either Caleb Wesson in the paint, or we let him get loose in some threes, and we didn't. We weren't efficient on our end and settled for some jump shots. Didn't get the ball in the paint, and once we got that corrected and back in the right direction, then we were settled in again and then battled out for the rest of the half.
How did you see Micah handle the emotions of coming back here and just deal with the day as a whole? He's
one of the most mature, respectful people I've ever been around. And going back through the whole waiver application process, as I've said many times, that in all the meetings we had and conference calls we had and delivering bad news to him, whether I had to do it, our compliance director had to do it, or assistant AD, that they had rejected waiver after waiver after waiver after waiver, that the most mature adult in the room in all that was Micah Potter. And he was obviously frustrated because of it, because there was 10, 12 games that he can't get back in his life. And Chris and Gene here did a very good job of supporting it and trying to help. But unfortunately, the NCAA doesn't always view things, through a common sense lens. And Mike is the one at the end of the day have to pay a price for it. I thought he handled today fine. I talked to him before he played 2 weeks ago just to relax, and you're not going to get 600 and some days back in one possession. And same thing here tonight. He has a lot of respect for Ohio State. His brother's here on the football team, and I thought he handled today very much like he's handled the last. I've known him I knew him when I recruited him before he committed here with Thad. But phenomenal person, and has been a great addition to our program.
Greg, Kobe had kind of given you a lift, but you went with Pritzl late in the game, which you've done before,
Yeah.
and he rewards you with that 3. Is that what you like about him, just that he gives you kind of a steadiness?
Yeah, Brevin's fifth-year senior, so he's been there, understands things, very cerebral, very, he's telling me sometimes what to run in a huddle, in terms of what he feels on the floor, what he sees, how they're guarding. So he's, I just liked his experience in that regard. And you got to go with who's playing well. That Brevin did some really good things and drove against the press, got 2 free throws out of that, even though he made 1, and just was really engaged. The whole bench was. And Tyler Wall's getting almost 30 minutes, and Aleem Ford was in his ear every time out, coaching him up. Trevor Anderson was trying to help the guards. So it was, like I said, really the definition of a team win because they were engaged and vocal and very supportive and rooting hard for each other from the bench too. Anything else?